Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda and I'm back with another reading. I'm so excited with this new energy I have. It's been an interesting week for me and lots of healing and lots of clear energy. So I'd love to channel this clear energy for you guys. Today's reading is going to be super exciting. We're going to take a look at why you can't stop thinking about that person, okay? So whoever's on your mind constantly, we're going to take a look at why you're thinking of this person. All right, so there might be some trigger warnings here. We'll uncover in the subconscious why this person's coming up in your mind. And yeah, you can certainly be resonating with all three piles. Take away just the messages that are resonating with you. And all I'm looking to do is help heal through my own healing and through what Spirit wants to communicate. Okay, so take a look at these three piles, or I guess cards, and choose whichever one you are drawn to. All right, so feel free to pause the video and take a deep breath. Slow exhale. Pick your pile. I'll see you soon. Hello, my beautiful pile number one. If you pick the first pile or the first card, then this is your reading. So I pre-shuffled the oracle just to save us some time. We will take a look at, actually, we'll take a look at the card you chose. I was going to save it to the end, but yeah, why not? So if you skip the intro, we'll be taking a look at why you can't stop thinking about this person, and we'll see what Spirit wants to communicate. Ooh, heart chakra with the green and the number 4. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is definitely a lot of love, okay? I'm feeling for the bulk of you guys, there is a need to tap into your own heart chakra and give yourself unconditional love. I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's been unconditional love given to this person that may have not quite been reciprocated back to you in an unconditional way, or at least your heart is, what I'm feeling from this is kind of thirsty for unconditional love, for a stability that might still be not addressed. Okay, so let's take a look at some more. Round and round with the number 7. Okay, so I feel like with the round and round here in the heart chakra, I could feel very much the need for you to address certain cyclical actions that have resulted in a need for your heart crying for this unconditional love. Okay, so this could certainly be you and this person had ways of being with each other that were very cyclical, so cycles that needed to either end, or that always kind of resulted in the same results that I feel we're lacking, in a sense of unconditional love for your heart and for your stability. Okay, so we're still going to get some more. Peace. And this was coming in reverse. So I feel like there is this need to be at peace internally with yourself. Okay, so when we look at giving unconditional love and not receiving unconditional love, there tends to be a void. Okay, and I feel like the more the void was there with this round and round, the more we went around the same circle trying to find the unconditional love or the piece of stability that was not being fulfilled, and potentially get the same results. Okay, this round and round kind of gives me the doing the same thing and getting the same results. And I feel like what your heart is crying out for is this sense of peace that it wants, the sense of peace, the sense of being able to receive unconditional love, because you've output a lot of unconditional love. And with this in reverse, it's this uneasiness, this inability to receive peace, to be at peace with having a full cycle of give and take, being unconditionally loving and receiving unconditional love. But we see the number 23 here, which is the number 5. And I do feel like there's a lot of change in the air for a lot of you guys, that you're recognizing there is an instability or an unpeacefulness in what it is that you're needing for your heart chakra. And you're wanting to address this, okay? But maybe you're still in the process of figuring out, how do I find that peace? How do I quiet that sound in my heart? How do I acknowledge or even put my finger on what it is that feels unstable about this connection with this person, or what maybe was unsettling about this person that left me feeling like I wasn't getting this unconditional love or this fulfillment in my heart chakra, no matter how many times I went round and round with this person. Okay, so Spirit is saying that although we went round and round many times, not much changed in the way of how we were addressing our own actions and being aware of why it was that we were outputting what it was that we were outputting. Spirit is asking for us to take a look at where those actions were driven from. If those were actions that were reflective of potentially an action of how you were in the past, maybe when you were growing up, maybe when you were still a child, you were unable to communicate what it was that you needed in order to fill your heart. So there was this action, there was this way of you going about doing things in order to feed your heart that came out in such a way that wasn't able to fully feed you or fill you up, okay? So this person could certainly be triggering these traumas, and Spirit is saying this connection with this individual, whether you guys are together, separated, or what, is really just calling out the actions, your actions specifically in this connection, and that you are destined to resolve what it is that you're continuously looping in relationships with other individuals. That is a result of your continuous actions. So it could be different people that you're in relationships with, but your actions maintain the same. Okay. I feel like for this specific person, though, I felt as though you were probably, for most of you guys, left with this feeling of uneasiness, because I think this is where the cycle is actually going to stop for a lot of you guys, that you're actually aware that it was deeper than just giving unconditionally and not getting it reciprocated. It was more of, what are my actions resulting in? And really feeling like there's this uneasiness about continuing down the same path, okay? And really breaking this unhealthy pattern, not only for you, but unhealthy pattern that potentially has been ongoing through the various generations, through your lineage, okay? So it's important to really listen to that uneasiness that you're feeling right now. And I feel energy flows through body, okay? So everyone can feel energy in some capacity or another. And I just want you to feel within your own body where you're feeling as though the uneasiness is sitting. And if you're feeling an uneasiness in your chest, then you know that your heart chakra is craving something that it's telling you that it needs. And this need does not come external. This need has to come from the inside out, right? So the more the heart was crying for what it was it needed, the more actions you were taking, and the more busy you got, and the more exhausted you got, and round and round and round we go. But now the heart is at the point where it's very loud and it needs to be addressed. And if the pain is being held in this heart, or the uneasiness feels in this tight around the chest, or this area is like calling out to you, spirit is saying, sit down with yourself and really take a look at where you might have been treated in such a way in your past where you were unable to communicate and just act in a certain way in order to receive what it is that you wanted. So you could have even been 4 years old, I'm hearing for a lot of you guys, okay? Like with the inability to fully communicate or articulate to your caregiver or your parent figure, your guardian, what it was that you needed or what your love language was in order to make you feel fully, unconditionally loved, okay? And I feel like you guys most likely mastered giving of the unconditional love, but communicating, because we have a lot of blues here, communicating what it is that's going to bring you unconditional love was just shown in an action, but maybe not vocalized. So this person potentially that you're with, either you haven't communicated to them exactly what it is that you needed in order to give yourself unconditional love, or you weren't being honest with yourself as to what it was that was going to bring you unconditional love, and that you might have filled this void with actions, okay? Let's get another card. So we have transit here with climate. Transits with climate. Now this is a new deck for me, so I'd like to read what this card means, but I'm going to intuitively read what it is that I'm picking up. I'm feeling as though here with this person kind of really covering this little ball here. The blue again is reminding me of the throat chakra and need to express oneself to what's going to bring this person, yourself, the unconditional love and the love that you feel you want and deserve. That's going to silence this uneasiness feeling, okay? And the fact that it's like this person is like slumped over it, almost like the person's still trying to protect it in such a way, but it's almost like this person's given up. So I feel like a lot of you guys might have felt like you can't go on round and round anymore, and that's been addressed. And you might be in that weird transition where you're trying to figure out, how is it that I can be truthful with myself as to what it is that I need in order for me to be able to communicate what I need that's going to fulfill me. I think some of you guys are just now being truthful with yourselves, and with the body language, it's difficult, I know, to take a look at the truth of a situation, and it might be very heavy. I just feel like this person feels very heavy, or like they just realize the truth about themselves. They've been honest with themselves and they feel almost discouraged in such a way. Okay, so let's take a look at this book and see for transits what we get here with the number 55, which is more changes here. You guys might be seeing a lot of fives. Got 55, we got 25 here. We got 3 and 2, which is another 5 here with peace. Yeah, I am feeling for a lot of you guys, this is a very pivotal point in identifying and being honest with yourself with what your heart needs are. And this relationship with this person has brought you closer to triggering you having to take a look at yourself and what it is that's going to bring you unconditional love and make your heart feel full. Okay, so let's read. Okay, changing states. Transits, the number 55, climate. The planets are always moving through time and space, always spinning around us. When those planets form geometric relationships to one another, they create transits, the astrological weather conditions of the day that affect us all. When a moving planet forms a geometric relationship to a planet in your natal chart, that transiting planet can act like a guest who enters your house, sits in your kitchen, or sprawls in your living room. It activates that part of your existence. If that transiting planet talks to your Mars, it activates your warrior nature and fight or flight response. If it talks to your moon, it initiates a story centered around your home, your family, and how you nurture yourself. Action. This situation is in flux and the surrounding conditions are changing. Stay alert, aware, and be ready to respond to incoming dangers and opportunities. Some people are moving in, others are leaving. New opportunities open and old chapters close. Listen to the grapevine for changes in personal or economic conditions. You are not in control of these elements, but you can make the most of these changes and dance with fate. People that walk into your life now may be karmically important. Either the relationship will last a long time or it may be short, pithy, and teach you a valuable lesson. It can be helpful at this point to look at the transits in your own natal chart. There is no volume control on this card. Energy transits may trigger a small change in the personnel around you, or it could be a signal to a shooting star that blazes across your life and turns your direction entirely. You have choices, though. Ask for grace and guidance when responding to the changing circumstances. The challenge, wild cards are in play. You are not in control of who or what now brushes your life, and that can be scary. Gift, even though life is ever moving circus, and you do not control the people and events transiting your life, know that you are in complete control of your response to the transit and choose wisely. Okay, so what was really resonating with this card was that I feel as though you guys may potentially feel like a lot is out of your control, okay? Especially once, I guess, there was an identifying that there was some uneasiness. And I feel like everyone, because this is a collective reading, everyone can be on a grading scale of how honest they are with themselves. But I feel like at least the bulk of this, whoever picked pile number 1, has addressed this uneasiness and this need for peace, okay? And there, whether you're with this person that you had in mind, who you're thinking about here, whether you're together with them or not, it's left you with this sense of uneasiness and almost the sense of not being in control, okay? Not being in control of whether this person can enter your life, whether this person's going to come back, whether you can do anything that's going to influence this person, whether you can say really anything. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's a scary pivotal point, because instead of reacting in a way that's going to allow you to take control of what it is that you want, you're kind of surrendering almost to whatever is going to happen with these individuals and people in my life is kind of happening to me. But Spirit's really asking for and telling you that you really have this control to control what it is and who it is that's around you, okay, by speaking your truth and communicating what it is that you're going to need. So these people are either going to choose to stay or choose to walk away, okay? People in your life in general. But because we asked specifically about this person, there is a need to communicate your truth. And this is a decision that you will have to actively make, that do I speak my truth and risk this person making a decision to leave or stay? But what it's going to do is it's going to satisfy or at least address this uneasiness that you're feeling in your heart space that needs to be addressed with this person specifically. And this is why you're thinking about this person, okay? So let's keep looking. Death and rebirth, darkness to lights. Oh, this is a beautiful card here. I am feeling like with this death and rebirth, it's almost as though for the ones of you who have recognized this cyclical pattern of actions, right? So it could very well be acting in a certain way that's getting the same results, but identifying that there's a need to really look at those actions and really ask yourself this question. I feel like it can't continue this way. You guys are at this pivotal point, this death and this new rebirth of identifying what type of love you want and how you want to be loved. Okay, so this person was very pivotal in you identifying your patterns in relationships past or this one specifically, and asking yourself true question of what it is that's going to bring you this unconditional love and this type of love that is your love language as to what's going to fill your heart up. Okay, so this rebirth is very exciting here because it's saying from darkness to light. You guys could very well feel like you're in the dark or trying to figure out what, why is this uneasiness here, and not know where to go. And because we have the number 19 here, which would reduce to 10, there's this ending. I really feel like there's this ending of this cyclical pattern. There's this big change. There's this big shift. Once you stop with the patterns, which I believe, or the actions, which I believe were very repetitive patterns that you've carried throughout your relationships, and you guys have most likely I'm pretty sure, acknowledge that this has been a repeat action, but I don't think a lot of you guys have been clear in communicating to yourselves, and further yet, I don't think any of you guys have been clear in communicating this to this person, okay? Because I think you guys are still getting it clear in your head. All right, let's take another look. Oh, we got fertilizing, and then another 10, okay? So 10 is the ending, okay? So we have here, food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one. Be mindful of what you feed your soul. Okay, so I'm really getting from this, food is tangible. Food is something that everyone could see and kind of agree on by looking. This is an apple. Yes, it's an apple. So I feel like the actions were, nobody could argue with that you took good action, or that your actions were either loving or they were a loving act, because it's a visible action. But what I'm really feeling with this, be mindful of what you feed your soul, that's more subjective, okay? And for someone who maybe gets full love from things, that may feed their heart, their soul. But for others who maybe need words of affirmation, or who need acts of service, or who might have childhood traumas in which brings them closer to what it is that they feel is going to fill their own heart up in a way that shows them unconditional love. So once you acknowledge or understand what it is that you unconditionally need for yourself in order to feel love, genuine love, and identify what that is, okay, in your own soul, which could be, like I said, subjective. It could be many different things that you were requiring from individuals in your life when you were younger, individuals from past relationships, but specifically what it was you needed from this individual that was going to bring this food nourishment to your heart, okay, which could be many different things depending on when you sit still with yourself and really figure out what it is that your heart was craving for. What sort of food was your heart wanting? Because there's this, I feel this uneasiness there, okay? So let's take a look. Simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. I feel like this one is really talking about you guys have been round and round with activity, and I really feel as though a lot of you guys are very tired, okay? Because the more your heart was thirsty, the more activity was coming from you, and the more tired that you became. And I really feel like some of you guys are probably so tired to the point where you might have broke it off with this person because you're just way too tired to be dealing in this action state where simplifying your life and maybe saying no more to this person, so that you're able to really just calm yourself and quiet the noise around you, so you're able to sort through your thoughts. And I think a lot of you guys are probably now in the stage of stopping the action and now trying to look at simplifying your life. But what Spirit's asking is this one step deeper, is that in order to break this cycle again, in case the noise builds back up, because that is life. Life throws things at us. There might be many more relationships potentially that you might find yourself in, that this noise or this dust will just accumulate or come back, because that's what life's about. And without addressing this heart question, you know, what's going to fill my heart? What unconditional love is it that I need in order for me to be full and really truly be honest with yourself, and what's going to feed your soul and your heart, and then be able to communicate it to this person? Yes, one thing to understand it so we don't repeat cycles, but why you're constantly thinking of this person is, one, to identify that in self, and two, to build yourself up in order to communicate to another individual your truth, which I think is another lesson altogether, because I don't feel like a lot of you guys have used your voice. Okay, you've shown it in actions. You might have shown someone, and maybe you've told yourself, for a lot of you guys, well, I don't know, I pick them up from work every day, or I've cleaned their home when they were away for 6 months, or whatever the deed, right? Because it's more action orientated. It should express to them what it is that I'm feeling, but really what Spirit is saying, have you told them that what I'm really wanting in my heart is for this type of love, and whatever type of love you feel is going to be the love that you need in order to silence this uneasiness. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 tarot here before we hop into pile number 2. Now remember, you could resonate with all 3 piles. Just take the messages that are speaking to you the loudest. This is a collective reading. If you're interested in a private reading, you can visit the link below. I will start up private readings mid-January. 10 of Swords. Is this reverse or upright? I feel this is upright. Okay, Spirit, thank you. Can we get 2 more cards, Spirit? Thank you so much for a clear and concise message for pile number 1 regarding why they can't stop thinking about this person. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy. This one's calling out. We got the Moon. This is upright. Is it? Nope, it's reverse. Sorry. Spirit, one more card, Spirit. Thank you. I don't feel this one's calling out. Okay. I just got these cards and they're absolutely beautiful. In case anyone's interested, I'll put the cards below, but just absolutely love these cards. Okay, so we got the 10 of Swords, we got the Moon in reverse, and we got the Queen of Pentacles here. And this one doesn't matter all so much, whether it's reversed or upright, but I'll read the energy I'm getting because it's so pretty clear. So with the 10 of Swords, this is an ending, okay? So I feel as though the ending doesn't necessarily mean this 10 of Swords with this person. I feel like you guys are going through a lot of pain and ending this cyclical pattern, okay, that you have created in this connection, but potentially you've carried for a while. And it could have been secluded to this, but I don't feel it was secluded to this connection. I feel like this is a pattern that you've been partaking in, the cyclical way of being, you know, instead of requesting what it is I want, I'm going to just be more busy in action and showing my person these ways rather than expressing. Okay, so I feel like there definitely is an end. I felt that for sure. Like I told you guys, I felt like a lot of you guys, if not all of you guys, have identified this round and round way of being action has to stop. And I feel a lot of you guys have put this stop to it. With the Death, we got the 10 of Swords. This is a painful ending. Okay, and I feel here with the Moon speaks of deception. Within in reverse, I feel like the deception is now coming to light, or at least the self-deception, or something that was subconsciously, you know, percolating under the surface is now coming to rise. It's like Spirit needed you to address this heart pain or this uneasiness in the chest, right? This tightness of what it was that you want, that you need to address. You know, what's going to give and fill my heart and give me the stability that I want in order to feel this unconditional love. And I really feel like this is brewing. Okay, so part of why you're still thinking about this person is because this person has activated this in you. This need, the way you were with this person has really reflected onto you this, need to address how you are, how you show up in connections, and how specifically with this person, why it is that you're still feeling this uneasiness, okay? And with the Queen of Pentacles here, it is someone who is solid and stable and loving and motherly. And I feel with the wheat here, we're talking about food again, right? Like this nourishment. And what is it that's going to nourish you? And for everyone, it could be different, but what is it that is most nourishing for you to make you feel solid and whole and stable as an individual, but as a loving person in a connection? You know, there needs to be a nourishment of yourself and a recognition of what's going to give you the nourishment that you need in order to be solid in a connection with another individual. You'll need to identify what that looks like. And once you identify it, because for some of you guys, you already know what that is, communicate it not only to yourself or be honest with yourself, but also be honest with this person as far as what it was that they were unable to give to you. So I'm picking up actually a message for a lot of you guys. You guys might have just ended it with this person without even telling them and saying, I've done all these positive things for this person in action. And this person never was able to fill me or show me or me love. And it's like, well, one layer deep from that is like, if their love action was also doing something that they thought was expressing love, but it never satisfied your heart chakra, you might have got really frustrated and just ended it with this person and said, you know, this person does not know how to show me what it is that I need or make me get what it is that I need, without fully communicating to this person what it was that they weren't giving you, and then allowing them to either step up or, you know, or address their inability to give to you or love you in such a way that's going to help build you up as a stable person in this connection, so you could show up for this person in a way that, you know, that maybe they need you to show up in. Okay, so this is what I have here for pile number one. Sorry if I communicated maybe a little bit rough, but my intent here is only to share what spirit is communicating to me. I hope you guys get some healing from this message. I encourage you to check out the other two piles if any of this resonated. And I'm so blessed, so grateful to be on this journey with you guys. Leave a comment as to how this might be impacting you or where it might have resonated, so I can understand what I was picking up from the cards was actually what was going on here with energies. And if you haven't subscribed, I do feel like energies from my subscribers help me to, one, identify what sort of readings I can do, but also just helps me in tune with people's energy a little bit better. Okay, so love and light. We'll see you guys soon, and Happy New Year. See ya. Hi friends, if you picked pile number 2 or card number 2, this will be your reading, and we are going to take a look at why can't you stop thinking about this person? Why are they constantly on your mind? What's going on here? Okay, so this might be triggering. My intent is only to help heal and communicate messages from spirit as to where the energies are sitting. So if this does not resonate, please check out another pile. You don't have to take my intuition over yours. If you're feeling something different, then just drop whatever messages aren't meant for you, okay? So here we have miracle. Wow, with the number 33. Pile number 2. Okay, the frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Wow, look at that with the number 33, which is also the number 6 in the tarot, which could be a choice. It's also the Lover's card, okay, with this miracle. I am feeling really fiery energy here, and Spirit is saying if there is a twin flame pile, this is most likely the twin flame pile. So your person could very well be someone who is fated to come into your life. Now, twin flames don't have to end up in union. You don't have to be romantically with your twin flame, but this person is definitely fated to help you with shadows, help you with understanding more about yourself. But we're going to see here why it is that you can't stop thinking about this person, okay, with the number 33, which you guys could be seeing a lot of threes, or could resonate with experiencing a twin flame journey. Okay. I just love that miracle. All right, let's keep going. I'm also, feeling Aries, Leo, Sagittarius from this card as well. So you can most likely, either you or your person resonate with that fire sign, okay? Communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. Wow, okay. Let's keep going. I feel like some of you guys might want to go watch pile number 1 because that did resonate a lot around communication. I feel like for some of you guys, maybe for a small amount of you guys, the communication of what it was that you truly needed or want for yourself might have not have been fully communicated with your person, but I think that's just a small amount. I feel for a lot of you guys, maybe you were able to put in boundaries with your person, and you're probably in a state of where you had to choose yourself based on the boundaries that you were putting in place. And now you're in a state with this person where you've laid your boundaries. You were able to communicate freely of what it was that you needed from this individual. And this connection most likely is at a standstill or at a pause. That's kind of what I'm feeling from this. Okay. So it's almost like I just heard Spirit say it'll be a miracle if this person is able to act in such a way that's going to support some of the boundaries that you're able to lay out, or some of what it was requests as far as what it was that you're needing right now and from that person. And yeah, and I'm feeling like a lot of you guys are thinking, unless a miracle happens, that there's this stalemate or there's this part, okay, like a parting from your person right now. That's kind of what I'm picking up from this card here. Okay, primal. So we got the number 32. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Yeah, so I am feeling like a lot of you guys put down your boundaries. This definitely is about being very truthful with what it is that you want. And I feel like a lot of you guys have communicated this with this person. Okay, so we'll still get into as to why this person is on your mind. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you were able to communicate. And for some of you guys, where it says there's no other way around but through. I feel like there were some definite painful conversations that you had with your person. And I just feel like there's this period right now of rawness on both sides with this primal. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Death and rebirth. Oh my goodness, this came out in pile number 1, so I definitely highly suggest you see pile number 1. I feel like for some of you guys that haven't laid your boundaries, maybe communicating, maybe you've put in boundaries, but maybe you haven't communicated because you haven't really addressed what it is that you specifically want for yourself. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's more about identifying what it is that you want for yourself and what it is that you're wanting to let go of. So with this death and rebirth, it's like something's going to have to give in order for the new. Okay, with the number 10, that's an ending of something. I feel like there is an ending of something that had to go away when you put your boundary up. And it's almost like it'll be a miracle if this comes up from the dead sort of thing. So it's like it's like this period of pause, like something is percolating under the surface that's, you're not quite sure where it's going to go, okay? But I do feel like something definitely has come to an end. Not necessarily the connection itself with this individual forever, but I feel like there was an end to the energy dynamic that was going on within this connection based on maybe you communicating a truth that needed to be expressed Okay. So let's take a look at some more. Oh, the number 35. Look at that. So we have 32, we have 33, we have 35 now. Ascendant entrance. Let's take a look at what the book has to say, and then I'll read my, I feel like this is more before we read the book. Sorry, these are new cards for me, and I do want to read the book because it might be completely different than what I'm picking out. But I do feel here with Ascendant, it's like this mask that was worn in the connection, that maybe you weren't being completely authentic to what it was that was going to bring you your most satisfaction within this connection. And communicating freely allowed you to put in a request as to what it was that was going to allow you to bring in what you needed from this individual. And I feel like there was this need to not just act out of surface, but really digging deep within yourself to know what it is that you want. And I think what Spirit's telling me right now is that you might have communicated to this person a need that I'm not even so sure that you knew at the time is what it was that you needed, that you're being asked by Spirit to dig in a little deeper to see that maybe what you communicated was something that you thought you wanted, but might still not be what it is that you truly want for yourself. Okay. And with this death and rebirth, it's almost like what you thought you probably wanted or communicated to this person might not necessarily be what it is that you're wanting right now. And if that's kind of where it left off, Spirit is saying to look within to make sure that what you communicated actually matches right now your state as to what it is that you really want. Okay. And with the primal, it could be something that might sound selfish. It could very well be something that you feel almost guilty for asking of this person, but that's what you would truly satisfy what it is that you're needing to pull away from, which does almost give me this would be a miracle if this person gifts to me this thing that it is that I really want that might feel selfish. And I don't feel so much that it is selfish, but I mean, it's only for your person to judge whether that's something they're able to want to provide. But I feel like Spirit wants you to review that. And now with the Ascendant entrance card, yeah, I feel like entrance with the Ascendant, it's almost like this is a breakthrough that is required in order to get back on track if there is this parting with this person, or at least give them the fair opportunity to be able to see if they're able to work with what it is that you've communicated needing, okay? Even if it's changed. All right, so let's look at number 35. Okay. Locations. Cardinal points with 35. Ascendant entrance. In a natal chart, the ascendant tells a story about how you walked into this life at your birth and how you walk into any new situation. It describes the door through which you see the world and the world sees you, your filter system, and hints at your awakening consciousness. The ascendant, also known as the rising sign, describes the degree of the zodiac just coming up over the eastern horizon at the moment and place of your birth. Action. How do you see the world? Take a long look at the assumptions and presumptions through which you filter your experience of reality. Really look at how your privilege, trauma, or certain attributes of your history can distort the reality of the moment. Do what you can to dismantle those obstructions so you can see the whole view. Open that aperture. Conversely, look carefully at the signals you send off. Do they match your intent? Do you say you're fine when you really need a hug? Are you trained to sound modest or apologetic when actually you know what you're doing? Do you act like you know what you're doing when you don't? Notice what you project onto the world and take responsibility for how you are seen. The ascendant is where you become visible. If this makes you nervous, investigate what needs to be healed or where you need to grow your confidence in order to feel comfortable being seen. If you're asking about a project, look for what needs to be repaired or improved before you hold a press conference. Challenge. The front door is only one part of the house. Be willing to look beyond appearances and into the heart, but don't count on others' ability to do so. Gift. Over time, your reputation is built on what you do, not how you look. Okay, I was still feeling the same thing from that, even though that was really wordy. So what my intuition was saying, and it kind of came closer to the end, and sorry, I got to fill everybody here, or at least talk about talking points for everyone, which isn't going to resonate for everybody, but I try to bring up points that Spirit wants me to talk about. So for some of you guys, you were able to communicate at a certain point in time what it was that you needed, but it really feels like it was a surface thing. It wasn't really what you truly needed. And this is, you're still thinking about this person because Spirit is telling you to really look at what it is that you want and be open in communicating that. So you might have put in a boundary only thinking, yes, you needed this, but were you saying something but meaning something else? And weren't being honest with yourself? You know, were you being completely honest with yourself before you were able to lay a boundary or before you were able to have this communication with this person? So you might have expressed to them something that might not necessarily be true anymore, or wasn't the full truth, or wasn't how you're completely feeling on the inside. Okay, and Spirit's asking you to take a look at that. There is a need potentially to be able to communicate what that truth looks like with your person. And potentially this is why you're still thinking of this person, because the full truth hasn't really been completely communicated. Fork in the road. Yeah, so this is the number 4, and 4 does speak of stability. So I find in order for you to find this stability that you're needing within your own self right now, which is probably why you feel an uneasiness and still this thinking of this person, is because there is this opportunity right now for you to decide whether you're going to reopen a conversation where you've already communicated something that might have changed, that might have not been fully peeled back. You know, and with this miracle card, like I just keep looking over at this miracle card, I feel like a lot of you guys might have just, I feel like some of you guys are at the point of maybe you've given up that what's the point of communicating this last thing, or I've already communicated something, but Spirit's saying what it was that you've communicated didn't really touch deeply into what it was that you were truly feeling or needing to communicate at that point, even though maybe you laid a boundary or maybe you opened something up, but it wasn't to the depths of what it was that you were supposed to communicate. And you're almost leaning towards just taking the easy route rather than stop. Okay, so I need to get my wand here. Stop. Ask yourself, okay, because I still think this is where we're hung up. What do you want? Okay, like what do you truly, truly want? And I think maybe there's a fear around being honest with yourself, because I feel like I kept hearing that you felt it was either selfish to ask someone of it, but never mind talking to a person. Like ask yourself what it is you want for yourself. Okay, like where's that stemming from? And then have my actions or what it was that I expressed to this person in line with what it was I truly wanted to communicate here. Okay, what it was that I told my person, or what I expressed, is it reflective of what's actually going on in me now, today? Okay, maybe at the time when you talked to your person, you meant what you said or felt the way you did. Maybe you didn't realize the depths of what you were saying. There was more to this. That might be conflicting. Okay, but address it with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Take a look at that. And then there's a decision whether you want to or not want to communicate this to your person. Okay, because that's going to be the decision ultimately once you sit with yourself and figure out what you want. And for some of you guys, I think it might be, I don't want this. You know, I want something else outside of this. Or it could be you told this person you don't want them, but inside you do. So there's this conflicting energy of communication that was once laid that isn't quite reflective of how you actually feel. And for some of you guys, I feel like it might have made you feel as though it's kind of a lost hope because you've already put your words out there, or your foot in your mouth, I guess, is what was coming to me, which I don't know. That's a weird thing that was coming to me, but maybe that's how someone feels here. Okay. So we're going to take a look at some tarot. We're going to ask for 3 cards here. Spirit for pile number 2. Why are they thinking of this person? Why can't they stop thinking of this person? Clear and concise message for pile number 2. And pile number 2, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you stopping by. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse. And I do feel this is reverse. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. This one was a little bit tough to get through because I feel like maybe a lot of you guys chose this pile. So there's kind of, yeah, there's this, I'm still learning, guys. Okay. Trying to do a good job here for you guys. So I'm sorry if it sounds like it's all over the place, but I'm going to communicate all the areas that are coming through. Okay, so with the 7 of Swords, this is the card of deception, but with it in reverse, I feel like there was some self-deception. There was some telling ourselves some untruths. There was communicating maybe to our person one thing, but feeling a different way, especially with the mask. So it was like, yes, you communicated, you might have put a boundary, you might have been firm, but really there was some deception there because there was more truth to be had. And maybe you knew all along, but I feel for a lot of you guys, you probably didn't know what it was that you wanted. But for some of you guys, you might have wanted one thing and communicated something different. Okay, expecting a miracle to happen, expecting this person to just mind read and say, no, this is really what you want. Because, yeah, that's not really what's happening here. So maybe you're just living the consequences of what it was that you said. And with the 6 of Pentacles here in reverse, there was this need for this equal give and take of communication, of energies, right? Like putting in and getting out. So if one person's not communicating a full truth, or at least they feel they're communicating a full truth, but they're really holding back, speak of holding back, now the energy can't flow between this person. So you could very well be thinking of this person because there wasn't the full flow of energy at its capacity of a give and take, because there was a little bit of deception going on here, whether it was intentional or not. I do feel as though it could be split, you know, but I feel like a lot of you guys maybe want to end this deception within self. And until you address that, you're going to constantly be thinking of this person, because there's a need to address, there was some sort of deception in how you maybe talk to yourself about what it was you wanted. And maybe there was some deception in what it was you communicated in order to divert where this was headed. Okay, and then with the Lovers, this is totally this card. Okay, because the Lover speaks of a choice. It's most of the times choosing the person, a person that you love, like choosing love over maybe something that you love, you know, like doing something like a career that you love. Like it could be a choice like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be 2 people. It's just this choice that needs to be made in choosing this love or choosing something else. And the choice here with the Lovers, with the fork in the road, I think this is really speaking about now there being a decision. Now that you've identified, okay, wow, this is taking turns. Hopefully you guys are still here and haven't clicked off me. Now that you've identified, because I think a lot of you guys might have already asked the question and identified what it is that you truly want, or have identified that and didn't communicate it to your person and have been sitting on that. And now that there is this addressing or this acknowledgement, okay, there's a choice that needs to be made right now. And this is why you're thinking of your person, is because you still haven't decided or fully made that commitment towards whether you wanted to have this out in the open with your person, or if you're going to hang on to it for yourself. And you know that communicating it to this person might lead to this being, you know, the next stage with that person, or you could just leave it and walk away and continue to do what it is that you'd rather be chosen to do, if that's the way you want to go. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely this choice here. And I didn't do this for the other pile, but I do want to pull a clarifier here just for this choice card. Because, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but I just want to see what's going on here with this choice, Spirit. And this Lovers. 10 of Swords. Ooh. Okay, so the choice could very well be ending it completely and moving on and closing this chapter with this person, or communicating what it is that's my truth in order to have this equal give and take in this connection and actually make it about, yeah, make this, wow, okay, holy camole, there's this like beauty that I think you guys know that this connection is either a twin flame, a fated connection. There's this beauty, there's this acknowledgement of what this connection actually means to you as an individual in order to have this give and take of energy and continue down this path, or put an end to this connection and make that decision to, because there is a not wanting to address or acknowledge or at least communicate to this person what you actually truly deeply feel or want. So there is some self-deception going on here with yourself, and I'm sorry, you guys can hate me all you want with the comments, but I feel like a lot of you guys might not be honest with yourself. Okay, Spirit wants you to ask yourself what it is you truly want. If whatever you last communicated with this person was your true authentic self of how you feel right now, if any boundaries you put in place was a boundary to a healthy boundary in order for you to grow, or was this a boundary you put in order to keep them out of uncovering a trueness about you of what it was that you maybe were really feeling on the inside but weren't able to articulate or identify or put your finger on due to maybe some fear of seeing, you know, of the intensity of this connection. And definitely with the Seven of Swords, there was some self-deception and could very well be even an apology, right? For some of you guys, you owe your person an apology. Seven of Swords in reverse and is communicating freely. It's like maybe you've been holding back on calling your person and telling them sorry. But the choice here with the Ten of Swords is a painful ending, you know. And I do feel for a lot of you guys, it could be ending it with this person. But an ending can definitely be putting an end to this cycle or an end to the way this connection was functioning. But like I say, I think like for the bulk of you, it is choosing to then ending it with this person and kind of accepting the fact that we might have not have been communicating fully with ourselves and with this individual. And this is why you're still thinking about this person. There's this choice that you're sitting on that you haven't quite made. You're sitting at this crossroads, this fork in the road. You know, this Lovers, do I or don't I? And was the mask that I wore enough? I scratched the surface of this connection and saw what I saw, and I could tell myself I didn't like it, but did I dig deep enough to really crack open my true feelings about how I really feel about this person, or how I really felt about that connection with that individual, true enough for me to really accept what it was I was feeling or thinking to my true authentic self? And have I communicated this back to this individual? I don't think you have. Okay, so that's what I have here for pile number 2. Feel free to check out pile number 1 or pile number 3. I hope this helps heal. Thank you so much, you guys. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, gorgeous pile number 3. I'm so excited. You guys chose pile number 3, okay? So we're going to be taking a look at why you can't stop thinking about this person, all right? So there is a trigger warning here. Pile 1 and 2 are really deep. Go check those out if you feel so inclined. There could be messages in all 3 piles for you for healing. Just take away the messages that are resonating with you. And my intention is to help heal and just communicate honestly what Spirit is telling me. And since energy does fluctuate, it could just be in that time in which you saw this reading. Energy does shift, so please trust your intuition over my intuition always, okay? So I am still learning, obviously, as we all are, so I'm going to do my best to try to capture as much as I can with intuition. There might be a lot coming through for different individuals. I feel as my subscriber base grows, there's lots of messages coming at me, so I'm still learning to navigate what is relevant and what, you know, what I can get out to you guys. All right, so let us begin with pile number 3. I am so blessed. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. We have here passion with the number 34. All right. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Wow. I feel like I'm getting crazy head rush right now. I don't know, lately doing your guys' readings, like it's going straight to my head. Okay, lots of messages right away. So Spirit, please, clear and concise so I can follow along in communicating and articulating the best words that's going to explain this. Okay. Some of you guys, Aries, Leo, Sag, I'm already picking up fire signs, okay? That's for those of you guys who want confirmation. Doesn't have to be. The number 34 here could be significant for a lot of you guys. But what I'm really getting from that is that there is so much scattered energy right now that there's a need to hone back and really pinpoint what it is that you're trying to hone in yourself, okay? There's a need to hone in yourself because everything is kind of, all thoughts are everywhere, emotions are everything. It's like this explosion of fruit flavor that's just happened, okay? So it's like hone in, a need to hone in, really be mindful and bring it into its core so we can get the core fundamentals about this connection kind of more stabilized so that we can know why it is that we're still thinking about this person, okay? Because it seems like everything is everywhere. Emotions are everywhere. Your mind is everywhere. There's like a need for balance for sure. And with the number 5, because 34 reduced to 5, there's this, it could speak of challenges. You can also speak of major changes. And I just feel like maybe for some of you guys, even your world's been flipped upside down. Okay, like this just feels out of control. Your world feels upside down. This is kind of the same energy I was getting from pile number 2's card, which was Miracle, which could very well, for me, still feel like this twin flame energy because we are seeing a lot of this orangey red. So you guys could very much resonate with the twin flame journey. Now, I feel like I have to clarify, twin flame doesn't necessarily mean a person that you're going to be romantically with. Could just mean somebody who's come into your life in order to flip your world upside down for you to address your shadows, your shadow side, okay, and traumas, and acknowledge parts of your subconscious that might need healing or addressing. So I just feel like with this card, there's a lot of upside downness right now with pile number 3, okay? A lot of excitement for sure, but I feel like it's just really all over the place. Okay. Maiden, 22. Ooh, 22, definitely, again, that would be for me another twin flame card because you got the 11 with the 11s and the 2 could mean you and your person could be in a stage of your connection where you might be resolving and making decisions. So maybe coming a little bit closer as to what it is you guys want within this connection with the 22, okay? So demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Yeah, so I feel like this is talking about the and now having to gather yourself in. So maybe you feel a little out of control because this person, you feel as though this person is making you feel this way. So you feel out of control. But really, you're the only one who can control you. So this person being around is making you feel in this such a way where you feel like you're out of control or you can't hone in because your emotions are everywhere. Your thoughts are everywhere. So when this person's around, it makes you feel a certain way that you're giving them your power to make you feel this way, where Spirit's saying you're the only one here that's able to control how it is you feel around this person. They're not taking anything from you. You can reclaim what sort of control you feel this person has over your emotions and over your mental thoughts, okay? You're the only one that can control that. And I feel with all these little butterflies up around her head here, it's like she knows there's this transformation that's brewing, you know, that's happening, that needs to happen within herself. But I feel like she's so focused on not looking or addressing all of these changes and transformations of what she could be entertaining rather than just kind of being fixated on something else or avoiding what's going on around her so she won't have to address. And that's kind of what I'm feeling with this one. It's like everything is everywhere, and it's like I'm just gonna not address anything and zone out somewhere else instead of acknowledging maybe transformations that need to take place. Yeah, and for some of you guys, I feel like you might be really fixated on this person if you're resonating with that side, that everything is kind of needing to get honed in because you're really fixated on this person, okay? Like intently. I feel like this is a moon and not a sun, even though it might be a sun. There might be some subconscious desire, or at least a need for some change that you're not addressing right now in this connection, okay? That's for some of you. Launching your journey. I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. Launching your journey. Wow. This could very well be somebody who's just come into your life in a whirlwind and just turned you completely upside down. And you might be, I just got that head rush again. So this might be a very newish type connection yet. What I'm feeling for the bulk of you guys with this individual who's just kind of flipped you upside down. You're kind of fixated here, but I feel like there's this journey ahead. I feel like there's this excitement about where it is that you could take this, but I feel like it's kind of all over the place. Like there's a need to hone in and identify yourself and where there might need to be transformation in order to plan a journey, right? And sometimes you don't need to totally plan this journey precisely, but if you don't at least have an idea, you might end up, I don't know, having an experience that doesn't end up at a destination, which could be your plan. But I don't feel like for a lot of you guys that will necessarily help in silencing why it is you're always thinking about this person. So unless you're looking to silence it, or maybe you want to entertain that, and why you're thinking about this person is because Spirit is saying there's this journey to go with this person that could be open-ended, that could take you to any destination right now, because there's this shotgun approach to your energy and how you're feeling, and things are going to transform, lots of different things, and you're really fixated on this person, and you know the potential of the universe can take you anywhere within this connection, because this is specifically about why you're thinking about this person, okay? Let's go to the next. Thinker. Wow, yeah, I totally got thinker from this one too. And look at that, 2244. And as we double up in this, it's like you're on the path with your twin flame person here. I feel like getting on the same paths, right? And I mean, journey does speak of a path as well, but the 22 doubled up to 44. I feel like it's a closer step of getting to your person in unity, or at least identifying that you guys are kind of gearing towards the same path. And I feel like there definitely needs to be more thinking from yourself, because I feel like right now everything is kind of scattered, and Spirit is wanting you to really hone in, because you could easily be, ooh, there's a face there, I didn't even know, easily be led down a journey with no destination and kind of be all over the place in this energy. So there is some thinking that's required on your part, for sure. And the star here speaks of hope, and it also speaks of travel and distance. This is travel and distance. So maybe you're excited at the same time scared, because this feels like a journey. This feels like an unfamiliar journey. For some of you guys, this might be the first time you're actually feeling this type of a love. It's foreign, and you're probably just frozen, like not really knowing what to do because of all this, like, this explosion is crazy. So you might be frozen in thought even. Number 44 could be significant. That's also the number 8, which to me is also a number that could resonate with twin flame, because the 8 is like this infinity, okay? And it's like never ending, and it could very well be you and your person have been in lifetimes together and we're all one, right? But your relationship with your individual could be a continuation of a past life and a past life with this individual, okay? So for those of you guys resonating with past lives and your person, that could very well be this infinity, okay? Which I can see why that's really intense. And I feel like what another thing's coming to me is this person's not wanting to look at what this little face, and I get this as spirit trying to get the attention of this person. So I feel like for some of you guys, you're kind of a little bit in la la land maybe. And that's why I said maybe this is new, or at least you're not really being actively in control of trying to hone in this explosion of feelings and emotions, and you're kind of just frozen with fixated on your person and maybe thinking repetitive. Yeah, even with the infinity, repetitive thought, repetitive thought, repetitive thought, repetitive, right? And spirit's like trying to snap you out and say, hey, there is a journey ahead, but to get to this destination, you're going to have to get clear and hone in and really focus on the core of what it is you want with this, and where is there going to be this long-lasting wisdom that you're able to instill and balance, okay? Because everything is about balance, and right now I do not feel this is balanced at all, and I feel like spirit's trying to get this you to really think about what it is it's going to do balance here with the 44, with the 22. There's a need for balance. You're kind of sitting at a 34, and we have these two balancing cards, okay? Progressions, journey. We got journey again, you guys. My goodness. So, journey 56. That's the number 11, which is also twin flame card. You guys, this is insane. This is so intense. Holy camole. All right. Let me read it. So, yes. 11 is definitely, if you guys aren't resonating with twin flame journeys, you probably go check out another pile, because this is really, or like soulmate or someone destined, right? We can have karmic partners that are here to teach us a lesson as well, but I really feel this is very much twin flame-ish. So with the 11 here, could speak of this, you know, twin flame destiny number. With the progressions journey, I feel like there is this journey ahead, but I feel like right now it is so, could go any which way, and I feel as though your whole things as you know it, your whole life could be turned completely upside down right now, and there's a need to ground yourself and balance yourself and really take a look at what is going to help you to get to the core and beneath what's this intense emotion that's happening. So you need to control yourself, okay? I'm not one to tell people to control themselves. If I'm telling you to control yourself, you're a little bit crazy. I'm just kidding. Okay, clarity. Planning, releasing an illusion. So, and number 5. Okay, so this is almost like really honeymoon period too, because I could feel the intensity, and clearly our lives aren't going to be completely passionate and crazy forever, right? Because, I mean, you'll just burn out. So there is this wake-up call from spirit that's saying you need clarity, you need to plan, because or else it's just this aimless journey, which sometimes is fun, but I feel like you could very well get sucked into this whirlwind of crazy without really there being a destination, unless you get clarity as to where you're planning on going, and releasing this illusion that this is this connection with this individual that's going to take you some place that might not be where it's taking you, okay? But 5's definitely this change. I feel like this is rapid change. I feel like there is some conflict that we might not be completely addressing as well. There might be something in your life right now that might be conflicting. Maybe your person lives at a distance and there's no way, no way. Maybe you feel as though there's no way, or they feel there's no way of you guys making it work. So there's this conflict, right? That maybe you're not addressing, or maybe you're not telling yourself will be a conflict or will be something that you need to overcome. You're just kind of scattered with every possibility right now of where this could go. And I feel like a lot of you guys might be not acting on anything either, because everything's exploded. So there's this fixation on thought of the same thoughts over and over. Maybe, you know, oh, my person is at a distance, and that's the only thought that you're hanging on to, and everything's kind of out there, emotion-wise, feeling-wise. Like, logically, like, it's just out there, and this need for clarity, this need to really, like I say, plan, releasing any illusions, any sort of honeymoon rose-colored glasses within this connection that might be happening, in order to get clear as to what's going to happen, where it is you want to go, or at least the first step. Okay, you don't need to know the complete destiny, but I feel like for some of you guys, you'll just kind of get pushed into wherever this is going, and it may not even be where it is that you're wanting to go. And the first steps, I feel, are very important, right? Like if you're taking a journey, I mean, you could buy a ticket to Italy, then when you're in Italy, you can go wherever and kind of just whatever, take the universe as it kind of guides you, but you're not going to not buy any ticket and then not even know whether you're going to end up in South Africa or Italy or Paris or whatever, right? So that's just an example, but I feel like there is this journey, but the first step being very important. And I feel like you guys might need to cut through some of this illusion in order to really balance yourselves as to where it is you want to go and what it is you want for your first steps, or at least next steps in this connection. If you're not resonating with a brand new connection, I am feeling this is fairly brand new though, okay? So this is Progression's Journey. Let's read the book and see what it has to say. Progression's Journey. Okay, the planets continuously move through time and space. When you're born, you imprint the patterns of that moment, which are described in your natal chart. But the planets keep moving, and you also imprint the patterns they make as they progress through those first few months. These progressions sketch out the big sweeping journey of your life. You live that pattern out at roughly the rate of a year to a day for the rest of your life. Once you're born, you can't choose the cycles you live through, but you always choose how you respond. Actions. Progressions do not speak of a passing thing, but to the big sweeping arcs of karmic fate, to your soul's journey. Your present situation may not make sense in the short term because it has more to do with big karmic patterns and how these intersect with the karmic patterns of your world's progress, and less to do with your daily existence. Stand back and look at your life's journey. Think of the years you engage with the world and the years you needed time for more personal work. Consider making a timeline for painting this landscape to see where you are in those big sweeping patterns. This situation may feel fated, but the outcome is not predestined. Though you may feel uncomfortable, you always have a choice about how you respond and where you go. To help guide you in the moment, consider where you would like to be at the end of your life, a far distant point, and look back. Let this future become your lighthouse to guide you. Even though you may have to go around the rocks and work with the tides, let your lighthouse guide you. Challenge. This is not a small obstacle or opportunity. This is a part of a complex pattern. Every choice you make changes how it unfolds. The gift, trust the tides and set your own sails. Okay, definitely what I've been saying this whole freaking time. And again, with the head rush. Oh, you guys, pile number 3. What's with this intensity? This is craziness. Okay, so it is difficult. It is difficult to hone back and really balance yourself right now. But I feel like, yes, every action you take is going to have to be towards where it is that you want to go. And there is no predetermined destiny, because life is going to take you down this journey whether you want to or not. I feel like this is a fated connection for sure. And I feel like this is going to be showing you lessons where spirit has intended for you to learn in this lifetime. Okay, but you are definitely master of your ship. You can definitely control your steps. Okay, how you respond to things going on. So even though you might not understand this and you're still figuring it out and you're still in heavy contemplation and just maybe even fixated on the fact that you're upside down about it, clarity will come. Okay, clarity will definitely come. Okay, so we're going to ask Spirit for 3 tarot cards here. Spirit for pile number 3. My poor pile number 3. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. 3 tarot cards as far as why are they constantly thinking about this person? Okay, why are they thinking about this person? Thank you, Spirit, for clear and concise message for pile number 3. And pile number 3, I'm so blessed and grateful for you allowing me to tap into your energy. Ooh, I see one right there. Let's get 2 more here for pile number 3. I see another one right here. And one more card, Spirit, for pile number 3. Thank you. Oh, head rush again. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Wow. Intensity here. This is definitely a different feeling than the first and second pile, but yeah. 8 of Wands. Oh, yeah, this is like quick energy for sure, and I do feel like it's upright. So 8 of Wands, a breakthrough, quick energy, could definitely be a world turned upside down. It's like forward movement, and maybe what's happening here is you're just being pushed in this direction and you're not sure why, and it's just like, you feel out of control and there's like nothing you can do except be in your head and be frozen. But Spirit's saying no, there is stuff you can do and you are in control, and maybe the illusion here, so you have no control where this is taking you. And at the end of the day, yes, it's a fated connection, but you could still control the actions in which you take, and don't feel like you're being whirlwinded into being pushed into a direction that isn't where you want to go. With the 8 of Swords, I mean, this is forward movement for sure, and it's very quick moving energy. So maybe you feel like you can't think quick enough, you know, and maybe what you need is to pull back and have a period where you can be clear on what it is that, at least what it is that you know, what it is that you're able to plan, and releasing illusions at this stage, right? Because I mean, you're never going to fix the outcome, but at least you have control over that little piece for now, so that you're not feeling like you're kind of uprooted into this journey that just you feel more pushed into this upside down whirlwind. A 10 of Cups. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so this was coming reverse, but I feel like with this 10 of Cups, there's this potential for full emotional contentment here. And in order to engage in this full emotional contentment that is totally yours for the taking, I feel like you're going to have to be clear as to what that looks like, right? Because this can take you down any which way, because it is so intense. And the fear here is that it's so intense and moving so quickly that you'll end up somewhere where maybe you weren't intending on going. Because you might be relinquishing control, because you might feel as though either 1, you don't have control, or 2, you're not quite sure because you're not sure yourself. So don't allow yourself to be swept away in this energy, because you might look back thinking like, where am I and how did I get here? You know, because maybe your energy is a little slower moving and you might miss what it is that's going to give you your full emotional fulfillment. But there is potential within this for you to make careful movements and steps towards what you want in order to get your full fulfillment here with the 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate fulfillment when it comes to emotional abundance. You know, your person, your happy home, it's ultimate joy here with the 10 of Cups. All right. Oh, the King of Pentacles. That's very sweet. So the King of Pentacles energy is earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And you can either be resonating with the divine masculine here. I am feeling this is more divine masculine energy. This was in reverse. So I feel like you potentially, if you're resonating with the divine masculine here, or even with the earth energy, that you feel like you really have no control here, and that your emotions are kind of guiding you, or at least what's happened in this passion has been really driving a lot of this. So you don't feel like you can have control or stability, because the King of Pentacles is the most stable, solid king. He's like very certain, he's committed, he's dependable, you know, and he knows where he's going, and nobody could push him into a direction of whirlwinds and uncertainty, because he is very certain and he's very solid. Okay, and he's upside down, so he may very well feel like he has no control, or he can't be solid, and he can't be committed to what it is that is going to make him emotionally content, because he feels like he's being guided by this energy that's just so intense and moving way too fast for him. Okay, now if you are resonating with the divine feminine, it could very well be that your person also feels and is reflecting, because there is mirroring going on here, this energy that I was picking up from you as the viewer, with this passion, this shotgun approach to emotions and feelings, and I need to hone it back and get more King of Pentacles. Right now we're kind of, you know, Knight of Wands energy. It's very quick, it's very explosive, it's very fiery. And I do feel there is this, yeah, this crazy loop almost happening of thinking, because it's like you're trying to think your way out of emotion, or trying to think your way out of the passion, or think your way, but there's no being logical about what the heart wants. There's no being logical and out thinking, you know, and maybe you're trying to think and get clear with something that is bringing you a feeling. And what Spirit is saying is that feelings are meant to be felt. And if you're feeling something, allow yourself to fully feel what it is that you're feeling, without thinking that you're going to get swayed in a direction that you don't want to go. Logically, maybe that you're telling yourself you don't want to be in, but your feelings are making you feel these emotions that are making you feel like you're out of control. Okay, but that's an illusion, because you are in control of your feelings as far as what you do with them. You could feel them, but how you react in this situation to those feelings is really the control part, okay, which you're very well in control of. And that might be an illusion that you're carrying, is let yourself feel what it is that you are feeling. And it could be crazy passion, it could be, yeah, I feel like this is just really crazy intense passion and desire, okay, and it's definitely difficult to control, but there needs to be an addressing of that rather than a thinking through it so much, because there might not be an answer as to why you're feeling the way you're feeling here. But cautioning that you might just be pushed towards a direction that maybe you're allowing yourself to get pushed towards, because of the fact that you're not honing your own energy, being in control of where it is that you want to go, and acknowledging where there might be some illusion, okay? Wow, this was intense. Pile number 3. Sorry, I tried to do my very best in explaining this. There's probably so much more that I was feeling that didn't really come out, that I couldn't really articulate either because of the intensity of this reading. I have a very big headache. So I need a little break, but thank you so much. I encourage you to check out pile number 1 and pile number 2. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to do these readings. I hope this resonated with you, even if it was just one message here. Thank you so much for my new subscribers, and thank you so much for those who continue to follow my channel. I'm so blessed, so grateful. Love and light. See you soon. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.